So now we're going to learn about CSS selectors. So this entire section is devoted to CSS selectors. And there's one other thing we're including in this section. We're going to learn about CSS resets. So I should have probably included that in the previous section, like essential CSS or whatever I called that previous section. But it didn't get included, so now it's getting included in this section. So we're going to learn about a CSS reset and what that is and why it's important and why we want to use it. And then we're also going to learn about CSS selectors. So we've learned and we know that HTML is for your structure, structuring your content. And then CSS is for the formatting. And to do the formatting, I've got this really cool picture down here all the way at the end. Let me just bring it up. To do the formatting, we use a rule set. And here's a rule set. So it's got a selector or selectors. It could have multiple selectors separated by a comma. And then we have a declaration block. And then the declaration block holds declarations. And each declaration has a property and a value. So what we're going to be focusing on in this section is we're going to be learning about selectors and all of the different selectors that are available to us so that we can specifically target an element on an HTML page and say, change that element right there, format it, make it look a certain way. So that's where selectors come into play, and that's why they're really important, because we need to, from our CSS, target an element over on the HTML page and then format it a certain way with our declarations. All right, so some of the different selectors we're going to learn about in this video, you can see them all listed right here. I'm not going to read through them for you, but there's some really great stuff in there. We're going to do nested selectors and what the greater than sign, the tilde, the plus, what those all mean. And we're going to do pseudo classes, so this will give us interactivity, and then it'll also allow us to specify like, a certain item in a series of items and just make that one item a certain way. And we could also do like first letter and first line, which is super cool. So let me just show you that like right here, right now. So here's a first letter and first line. I put it under typography. Where did that go? CSS selectors, pseudo class. It's under pseudo class, typography, first line right there. Really like this page. Look at that. Isn't that cool? And then as you change it, it's only the first line, ends on looked, ends on right? So it's only the first line, and depending upon the size of that line, but it's only that first line that's being formatted. So that's something we're going to learn right here with first letter and first line, those pseudo class selectors. Those are actually pseudo elements, and we'll talk about what a pseudo class and a pseudo element is. And then we're going to create this page as our challenge, or one of our exercises. At the end of this section, we're going to build this page right here. So all of this stuff we already know how to do, and we can now start building pages that actually look pretty good. I think that looks pretty good. Like, all right, that's passable. You put that up for your pool cleaning business or whatever, or your surfing adventure page. That's going to work. So we've got some cool stuff in this section. We're going to learn about a CSS reset. And we're also going to learn about CSS selectors.